What is isolation and what are your experiences with it?
Well, the textbook definition of isolation is basically the lack of human connection. It's like loneliness, but just, it could be done on purpose. It's just, yeah, perpetual loneliness. Of course, my experience isn't unique, but around certain parts of elementary school, middle school, and even high school, I have felt isolated from other people, my friends, my loved ones, family, just people around me, for multiple reasons, but it was usually because of mental health problems or like things that were happening to me. Really finding like connections with people is important, and also like art, music was really helpful for me throughout all of the points in my life where I felt like isolated. Music was very helpful. Art too. It was like really helpful for me to like, just draw, create things. Just feels really nice and very fulfilling. I've been doing art ever since I was a little kid, but later in life, when I was going through a really tough time in my life, I sort of started using art to express myself. What was going on inside of my head, what was happening around me, what I was feeling, all that kind of stuff. My love for art grew, but also I started realizing that I can use different forms of creativity to express myself. I can sort of relate to it and ease whatever is happening with me at that time, kind of like comfort me. For example, in freshman year, I had like a project I had to make for my art class, and it was on like the expressionism movement, which is like all about like expressing some form of emotion or idea. I wanted to showcase the weird, suffocating, like dark and alerting feeling of like paranoia or anxiety, just like the hand reaching up for like the throat, the turtleneck, just kind of suffocation, because oftentimes when I feel anxiety, I feel like I'm suffocating.
What do you think isolation could do to someone's mental health or even physical health?
It kind of deteriorates a person. It can cause depression, anxiety. For physical health, a person who's isolated can also oftentimes have really bad eating patterns, not go outside much, so lack of like vitamin D, and because you're lacking human connection and like socialization with other people, that can lead into like social anxiety. Like this is a really personal one, and it's like really difficult to explain for many reasons, but it's sort of about dissociating from yourself. This guy standing in the door frame, kind of dissociating, watching the scene fold out, and I wanted to depict what it's like to want someone or something so much, and then when you get it, it like kind of hurts. It's also like a realization that, that need is dangerous. So in this drawing, the one area where two people in the painting are touching is all red. I wanted to make it look all gross and red, and I wanted to make the subjects in the painting look inhuman, and like all the colors are very bizarre. Can't show that. This was drawn to sort of process what happened to me. This was like drawn, I think, the day of and the day after something happened to me, and I was like kind of, I don't know, I didn't know how to feel about it. I was full of so many weird, contradictory emotions. I was full of love, hatred, rage. There's some drawings that mean a certain thing to me. This came to me in a dream during a really weird time of my life. I was sort of in like a half dream, half awake point, and I just imagined this ghost-like creature coming through my window and kind of just comforting me, because I really needed some comfort.
But do you believe there's like a breaking point of when it has positive impacts and negative impacts, or vice versa? Or is it only like impacting on the person? It can be a purely bad thing or a purely good thing.
I think that everything's very gray in life. It's a slippery slope between good and bad when it comes to creativity and mental health and isolation. Van Gogh, like, he's probably one of the best examples I can think of on the top of my head. He said, "I put my heart and my soul into my work and lost my mind in the process." But there's plenty of other creative people who have suffered by the hands of their own art and what came after it, after like fame and recognition, all that kind of stuff. But artists similar to Van Gogh, he inspires me a lot, because after everything that's happened to him, he was still a good man, was still a good person.
It has have a lot of negative impacts on people, isolation and mental health. Is there like an opposite side to it? Can creativity actually be a positive impact?
Yeah, of course. Art, oftentimes painting, is what is recommended by a lot of different psychiatrists for people who are troubled. Just being able to put what you're experiencing on a piece of paper or on a canvas or through music or anything like that can be very fulfilling. Like, I've spoken about the bad of that, but there's a lot of good, because, again, it can help you process your emotions. It can help express yourself and just kind of, instead of it all being bottled up inside, you can put it on whatever medium you're using, and now it's out there. Now you don't have to bottle it up and just keep it to yourself.
Originally, when I started this, I wanted to make a piece on how, in the process of creating, sometimes a person can fall prey to isolation. But I also wanted to touch up on how good creativity expression is for a person. I never wanted this to come off as a negative portrayal of creative expressionism. But then, looking back at the footage, I got hit by a new thought. It was kind of nice to hear the voices of the people who helped me make all of this possible. There was so much at play, and it made me reflect on the summer this was filmed. I grew and learned how to express myself better. Creativity is a wonderful way to get rid of negative emotions and to describe what's on the inside. Creativity is a comforting thing to many people and should be encouraged and should be explored by every person, no matter if they're artistically inclined or not. I think it's very important. There will always be negative things about everything in life, but there were also always positive things. In a time of isolation, you can find yourself and find people, which I think it's quite nice.